Hello. Now, how to break the ice before a presentation, or at the start of a presentation, by using a hook is always a handy tool to keep in mind. Now, what do we mean by a hook? Well, it's a means to grab the attention of the listener. But be aware that whichever method you choose, whatever kind of hook you choose, it depends on the context, the location, and your audience. Nevertheless, here I'm going to give you some completely fake examples, but hopefully they'll make the point. You could start with a story, a short, relevant story. It's a good way. You could, for example, my son recently won a science prize at school. It reminded me of some of the technical issues I'm here to tell you about today, and here's why. So that's starting with a story. You could also start with a surprising statement. Opening with a strong point of view can be an effective way at getting your audience to sit up and pay attention. For example, talk about money. Everybody's always interested in that. We've discovered that the company is losing $10,000 a week due to poor management of its central heating system. Or you could start with a quote. It gives you an element of credibility and it sort of frames your message. For example, if I was down to my last dollar, I would spend it on public relations. Bill Gates said that. Or you could ask your audience a question. Get them to think about the topic and to maybe participate in the conversation eventually. How many of you here, this is the example, how many of you here can tell me what the weather forecast was for today? Or you could use a prop. An object can give your message a powerful and concrete visual impact. Examples include a version of the product that you're pitching or visual aids. You could start with an insight or a secret, maybe telling something that the listeners don't even know about their own industry. It shows that you've done your research and it will add credibility as well as raise interest. For example, we've shown how the purchasing department spends more than half of its working hours filling out forms and spreadsheets. Finally, a reminder that whichever hook or method that you choose at the start of your presentation, make sure it's appropriate to the context, the audience, and the location.